What up? We back with another edition of RPT, Real Prison Talk with Wes. And today I'm gonna help out one of my subscribers. She hit me up. She told me that basically she's in a situation where she was dealing with a man, young man, and I want to get it right. Work with me. So I guess in the beginning of the relationship, he didn't have any problems with her telling him to call her back, using all his phone calls on her. And as the relationship progressed, she said she starting to notice that the guy is like getting upset with her for wanting to speak to him and telling him to call back, whereas this wasn't a problem. And now he's asking her, is she insecure in a relationship because he feels like she's trying to use all of his phone calls so that he can't call any other females. Which I know this is a tactic that females that I've dealt with have done, you know. They feel like, well, if you only get 6 phone calls and you use all 6 phone calls on me, then it's impossible for you to talk to another woman. Not knowing that that is not true. There's other ways to talk to other females. But to the young lady that's at hand, my advice to you is this. Anytime, in prison or out of prison, anytime you feel like you're putting in more than what is respected, then by all means, you can fall back, you know. If that's what he is indirectly telling you to do, then I would suggest you do that. If he feels like, oh, you're trying to make me use all my calls so that I don't call another female and that's insecurities on your behalf, if he feels like that, then the only thing that's right for you to do is pull back. Maybe you putting it on a little too thick. And it's kind of rare for dudes in prison to be acting like that. That's usually dudes that's free, you know what I mean? Usually in prison, there's such a lack of intimacy and love that it's almost impossible to get too much love from somebody, you know? So it's a real red flag when a dude is kind of saying, yo, you asking me to call you too much. You can't call him. He has to call you, which really puts the ball in his court, you know? So if he's complaining about you asking him to call too much, then it's like, oh, well, what would you rather be doing? You know, you're in prison. It ain't like he's free and can do what he want to do. It's like you're in prison. So if I'm calling you too much, maybe I should fall back. And I feel like if you give him a little bit of time, maybe I'd say a month. You know, if I'm calling too much, then I ain't going to call you till next month. But I know the way your relationships sound, it's like you guys are on a daily routine. So maybe a month might be too much. But however long it takes for him to notice the difference, I think you should practice that. Whether it be if y'all call every day and you say, well, all right, well, I ain't going to call tomorrow and the day after, I'll call him after that. I think you need for him to see the difference. And then let him choose if is this what you want, you know? After you've pulled back, when you speak to him, if he's happy with the fact that you don't call him every day no more, then that's a red flag, you know? And I wouldn't say he's cheating or anything like that. Maybe you just showered him with too much love, which I've never in my life witnessed in prison. But maybe he's just that guy, you know what I mean? He needs a little bit of space. Maybe he is cheating, but the calling him and making him feel like you're insecure is not going to help the situation, you know? If he is doing what he's doing, whatever he's doing, he's going to do it anyway. So if he's asking you or he's acting like the calls are getting to be a little too much, yeah, fall back. Fall back for a day if you call him every day. Fall back for a week if you can. Fall back for a month. However long it takes for him to notice This is what you asked for. Now, is this what you want? And if he chooses that, I really feel like he's not going to choose that. I feel like after you fall back for a while, because I've been through this before, and I've told a female, like, yo, I can't call you so much. And then she'd be like, all right, well, um, call me this, that, or even better, she just don't answer the phone when I do call. And then when I finally did get her on the phone, she told me, like, yo, you told me to fall back, so I was falling back. So, I mean, it ain't like you can call him. So when I say fall back, I mean, when he answers the phone, when he calls the phone, you don't have to answer all the time. If he's complaining about these calls, then when he calls, you don't have to answer it all the time. And see how he feels about that. See how he likes that, you know? I really feel like he's not gonna like it. Because anytime you got somebody that's trying to show you some love in prison, you normally don't run away from it, you know what I mean? So I really feel like that might make him notice what he's given up, and he might be like, you know what, I made a mistake. Not in those words, because as men, the way we apologize and the way we present our mea culpa, it ain't gonna always be traditionally the I'm sorry way, you know what I mean? But as long as the point got across, you know what I mean, I really feel like he might be starting to take the phone calls and the time that you're giving for granted. And there's only one way to show somebody how important that is, and that's to take it from them. So I hope I answered, I hope I helped. But that's my advice. I think you should probably just give him some time, give him some space, you know what I mean? Let him figure out if the phone calls is excessive, like he said, if that's what he wants. And on that note, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I apologize for not putting out the content as much as you guys would like me to. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, as you guys are starting to notice, I take your questions and turn it into content. So if you have any questions or anything you want to hear discussed, hit me up either on here or on my Instagram, which is wes.smith.129, wes.smith.129. And on that note, peace.